Good morning, 6B art class. It's your art teacher, Missy Worth. Some of you don't know me, and that's a-okay. And so I'm going to have art class today a little bit with a video to help you maybe understand the instructions. You get to hear my voice, see my face. And keep in mind that if you ever have a question during our art class time, the Google Hangouts is great. You can even Google Hangout video to me. It just goes through my email, which is kareneworth@westnairobischool.org. And you did get an email from me yesterday. Thank you so much to all of you who answered those questions in the Google form about why we study art. We are going to learn so much about how the Bible teaches us about art as well. But today, we're going to begin to talk about how to talk about art. Okay. I'm not a professional videographer. So if it's a little choppy, I appreciate your kindness. Here we go. How do we talk about art? How do we look at art? What are we thinking about when we come across an artwork? So here's a little painting. And very often, if we see an artwork and we understand it, if it makes sense to our eyes and our brains, we like the way it looks, maybe we'll think about it for a little bit. But if we don't understand it, we're going to walk right by. And I think that's sad because then we don't always learn from the picture. And so there are three big questions that we should ask and answer when we're looking at a work of art. And that's what you're going to practice a little tiny bit today. Today we're going to start with that first question. Okay, three big questions. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Is this backwards to you guys? It looks backwards to me. I hope it's not. Here we go. Question number 1. What do I... Hang on, let me tell you. What do I see? And we call this observation. You do it in science, you do it to figure out the world. You are observing what is in the artwork. What do I see? And we call that description. And so today, you are going to practice this idea of description. What do I see? Not what does it mean, not what does it look like, but what do I actually see? What could I point to and have people agree with me about? For example, if I say, I see a cat, you would have to look for a really long time to see the cat, and I hope you would give up soon because there's not really a cat. If you say, I see blue and purple and green, and it's a little bit puddly and a little blotchy, and the blue is at the top, and the green is in the lower corner, and there's some yellow mixed in with the green, that would be an observational statement. That would be a description. Okay, then question 2, what else do I know? Or what else can I find out? What else do I know? What else can I find out? This is all about the context. And that's things like, who made it? When did they make it? What is the artwork called? Does it have a title? More about who made it. What are some of their other artworks? What else do I know includes what other people have said about the artwork. Because all of that context plus the observation gets me to this. What might it mean? Okay, so let me give you a little bit of a context of this artwork. The artist's name is Karen Eworth. It was painted in 2020. It was painted outside, sort of in a shelter, in like an enclosed place, on a really rainy day, after the artist had gone on a walk in a garden. And the artist had a little bit of limited materials, including watercolor. So it's actually watercolor on canvas and acrylic on canvas together. It's also unfinished. So that's some of the context. That's helping you understand. Maybe that clue of walking through a garden helps you see it as a little bit of a landscape. Maybe the fact that it was raining that day adds to the puddly or eerie sort of dampness that the artwork looks like. Okay, what does it mean? It means a landscape on a rainy day after walking in a garden. So the meaning doesn't always have to be deep. Ooh, it means. Sometimes the meaning is what you would have started with. But sometimes it's not. And so when we look at the artwork and we say or we write what we see, then we find out some more information like the title and the artist and the time and the culture and the materials. Then we come to a meaning that makes more sense. Okay, so today you're going to open up the Google Slides and you're going to look through the images, which are all pictures that would be in the art room. And all I want you to do today is write a description about 2 of those images that you see. Okay, and then tomorrow I'll go back in and add some context. And then I want you tomorrow to think about a meaning. What might it mean? We don't always know exactly what it means. And so that idea of might it mean tells us that there's probably lots of ideas that go with the meaning. All right. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Open up that Google Slides, and hopefully I did that part right. If you can't edit the Google Slides, you're super duper smart. Make a Google Doc and write to me your description. If it's colorful, don't tell me it's colorful. Tell me the colors that you see. If there's people, if there's objects, tell me who those people are. How many people are there? You could also talk about things like mood or movement, because we could agree that this sort of feels a little bit gloomy. We could say the brush strokes are loose and puddly in some places and wiggly in others. So it's not just about the objects that you see, but we could agree on how this was sort of created to have a misty, foggy feeling. All right, have so much fun. Can't wait to read your descriptions. Bye.